All right, thank you very much. Josh Okogie visiting us in the locker room following Georgia Tech's 75-63 win over the Indiana Hoosiers in the first round of the NIT. How fresh were those legs? It certainly showed like it.
Oh, we had a couple of days off after the ACC tournament, well, a lot of days off, and then we had two great practices following before this game, and we had a great shoot around this afternoon. So I knew everybody was prepared. We had a step about our stuff. We had a lot of energy both on offense and defense, and we usually don't even score over 70 points. So that just comes to show you how energized we were.
Yeah, your team now moves to 14-0 this season when topping the 70-point mark. Indiana, a very gifted team offensively. You hold them to a touch under 38% shooting. What was the game plan to slow them down, force them into challenged looks, and how well did you guys execute it?
Our whole game plan is to force them making tough twos. They have really good players that are capable of making some big shots. So we try to maximize the amount of tough shots they take and minimize the amount of open looks they get. And, it was kind of hard to get going at first. Second half, the other team, they picked up the shooting, but we were still able to respond and, kind of pick it back up on defense.
Yeah, you kind of hit the reset button after Indiana made up that 7-point halftime margin, took the lead by 2. Quinn Stevens went down, hit that 3 to put you guys back in front. But what did you guys regain offensively to get that offense flowing again after Indiana took the lead?
Offensively, we just they were switching, so we try to switch the big man on the guard and the guard on Ben, and we just played through Ben. Ben did a good job of scoring when he needed to score and facilitating, passing, and we were able to get open shots, open penetration, and kick for one more, and we were just getting great shots offensively.
Yeah, you're just a young, wide-eyed freshman, Josh, but how gratifying is it for you to know you've given at least one more game to guys like Josh Heath and Quentin Stevens and Rand Rowland, Kellen, Jodan, Corey, all of those guys? This looked like a really unified team that enjoys being around each other.
At this moment, this all I'm playing for, and I think everybody's playing for, just to go out the season with a bang. These seniors, they were wonderful. Each of them impacted my life in my freshman year. So the least I could do is go hard and give it all I got, and keep trying to win for them so they can keep living this experience, because this is one of the best feelings we'll ever feel in our life. Even just this is my freshman year. Still, I'll never get a game back. So I'm just trying to live it up and trying to help these guys keep their season as long as possible.
All right, you held James Blackman Jr. largely in check. He did finally crack double figures, but it was a grind to get there. What did you guys collectively do so well against a guy who led Indiana in scoring and led the Big Ten in three-pointers per game this year?
We try to shrink the floor on him. When he has the ball, we have to let him see 5 bodies so he can't get open shots. Every shot that he took, we made sure that if he was going to make it, it was going to be a tough shot. We would have to live with the results. We try to minimize the amount of open looks he get and the spot up threes. When the ball goes in, we try to stay home on him, not let the ball get kicked out, and just not let him get going early on in the game. I don't think he had a field goal going into the second half, and that kind of threw him off. And he was able to hit some tough shots, because tough players hit tough shots in the second half, but we were able to minimize the amount of looks that he had, and we were just successful on that one.
All right, finally, Josh, got to ask you, what was going through your mind when you gazed up and saw that student section packed to the gills? Josh Pastner sprung for the tickets. I know he's going to be hurting in the wallet tomorrow morning, but they lent an unbelievable energy to the game tonight. What was your reaction when you saw that all your students were packed out supporting the Jackets?
We was warming up, and then we left. We actually left to do a pregame talk. We got back out there. It was just like 300,000 people just came out of nowhere, and it was just great. We fed off that energy. They were great at every single point of the game, and that's why we won today.
All right, hopefully we can do this again in the Camus Pavilion, and we can drain Josh Pastner's bank account a little more. Josh Okogie, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists in the 75-63 win over the Indiana Hoosiers. Josh, congratulations. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. His first game as a coach in the NIT, a successful one, 75-63. Georgia Tech defeats Indiana. Well, Josh, I'd say that was money well spent with all those student tickets you bought for the game.
Money well spent, well deserved for the students. What a crowd. I mean, what a lift did they give us. I think Indiana took the lead 39-38. They went on that run. That was it. Was I right? That was the only time they had the lead?
40-38, and then Quentin made the 3 to give you guys
41-40. That was right. And so, but our crowd was unbelievable. The students were amazing. So, and it was the least I could do for the students, considering how many games we've won at home because of them. the energy. I'm all about energy, positive energy. Man, I was just so proud of our guys, so proud of the fans and the students. Just what an overall win and execution. How about that defense? I mean, how about defensively? Indiana's one of the best offensive teams in the country now. And we held them to 37% from the field, 26 from three. I mean, we guarded like crazy. We had 17 assists on 27 made field goals, only 9 turnovers. We had 6 the first half, only 3 the second half. We really moved the ball. Look what happens when you make some threes. Your team looks way different when you're making some threes. But I thought our pace of our cuts, it was the best we played offensively and overall since the Syracuse game at home a few weeks ago. I felt after that game we just maybe milked everything we had, almost wore ourselves out of gas, and we kind of just were it hit a wall towards the end, and we had a couple days off. It got us our legs back, and because we're playing so little guys, rotation-wise, guys have to be fresh, and we were fresh, and I thought our shoot-around today was good. Our practice yesterday was great. I thought Todrick Jackson, and I've been hard on Todrick. I get hard.
You were hard on him tonight.
I'm hard, but you know what? He was great again for us, and especially in that second half, he was terrific, made big plays, and he was very good defensively for us in the second half. That was a big thing. I thought Josh Okogie, was excellent, obviously. Ben Lammers, double-double. Q really came through for us, hit 4 big threes, 9 rebounds. I said it before the game, we win the game if Quentin Stevens plays really well, and when he plays really well, it just gives us a better chance to win the game.
And its last regular season game, his first Big Ten tournament game, Indiana scored 95 and 96 points. You hold them to 63 tonight, and 5 of 19 from 3. What in particular did your team do well to jam the gears of that Hoosier offense?
Well, what I would tell you is, and here's the other thing, from three-point range, first of all, James Blackman had 11 points and Robert Johnson had 2. That's 13 points. They came averaging 30-plus points between those two. Listen, we're a good defensive team now. We play good defense. You look at our numbers. You don't get top 10 in the country in defensive efficiency, or you don't lead the league in the ACC in this league in field goal percentage defense if you're not a heck of a defensive team. And our guys just play so hard. I want to give a great shout out to our assistant coaches in the game prep, defensively and offensively. Our assistant coaches just deserve a lot of credit. I'm kind of the CEO and managing things, but the assistant coaches, I really rely on them. They've done a great job for me this year. But defensively, we're a very good defensive team, and that's what we've hung our hat on. And today we played pretty good offense. And I've been saying it, when you make shots, you just look that much better, and today we made some good shots.
Not doubling on Indiana's low post touches to make sure they had bodies out to challenge three-point shooters, not give Indiana big looks. How instrumental was that? And just letting Ben Lammers fend for himself, which he's done so well all season long, defending in the low post. How instrumental was that in accounting for Indiana's 37% shooting?
Well, that was a decision we made. We said, hey, we don't feel Thomas Bryant would be able to just beat us by himself. I didn't think the two-point shot could beat us, so we didn't want to get ourselves on skates or rotations, so we really tried to stay home on the three-point shot, and it paid off. And Thomas Bryant's really good, had a really good game, but we protected the three-point shot. We really guarded the three. That was the big key. Listen, they scored 90-something against Iowa. They scored whatever they scored against Ohio State. This is an offensive juggernaut, and our defense was just terrific today. And again, just another great shout-out to our crowd. Big time energy from our crowd.
What did Josh Okogie do tonight that stood out in your eyes? 24 points, 7 rebounds, added 3 assists, and was very consistent from the opening tip to the final whistle.
Yeah, he was really good. He just continues to get better and better and better. He's 9 of 15, like you said, and he had a couple of those threes went in and out on him too. But I also want to say Josh Heath, I thought really controlled the game. He, as I said many times, you got to be like one of those quarterbacks where you just don't lose us the game. You don't need to win us the game, just don't lose us the game. And Josh was just sound and solid and steady. Josh Heath was, and that really helped us. Listen, I thought Justin Moore gave us a couple minutes. He only played 2 minutes the first half, but he gave us a couple good minutes. And
great screen and roll pass to Ben for the dunk.
He did a nice job. It's just, I was going with the veteran group. I'm a guy that once we get a lineup that's working, I'm going to roll with that. And but everyone's got to continue to stay ready. And now we'll either play Georgia or Belmont. They play tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We will play the winner. I think if Belmont wins, we play at home. If Georgia wins, we play at Georgia.
All right, the big question then, Josh, is if Belmont does indeed win, you going to spring for those student tickets again?
Absolutely. Not even a question on that. If we play at home again and if it's Belmont, tickets on me.
All right, sounds good because you had them stuffed to the gills. Congratulations on the win. 18th of the season for the Yellow Jackets. Year one of rebuild is going along pretty well.
Yeah, I tell you what, I told you during, it's a couple things. One is I had an assistant coach here from another school who at a college who came by our practice in September. And he told me, Coach, I don't know if you're going to win 5. Maybe he goes, my estimation is you'll win 4 to 5 games overall this whole year. Based on what he saw in our practice in September. He was there for 2 practices. He was here tonight at the game. You know what he told me? I cannot believe the difference between right now and what you were in September. He said it's a modern miracle. I didn't say that. He said that.
Okay, so that's where you got it from.
He said no. He just said that today. Maybe he heard me say that on a press conference deal, but he said that's a modern miracle from where you were in September to where you are now. He goes, how did you do it? What did you guys do? Like, give me the secret sauce on that. So it's a credit to the assistant coaches in the game planning, and it's a credit to those student athletes, those players on the floor. Man, I'm so proud of them. What a great win. To beat Indiana, I mean, Indiana's a blue blood. Blue blood. To win that game was big time.
I'm going to crochet Modern Miracle on a throw pillow. Give it to you as a present.
Or put on a shirt that we sell. You know what I mean? We'll do that. We'll go into business together.
Hey, maybe the next T-shirt given to the student section. Coach, reason for smiling. Good reason. 75-63, the Jackets to win. Coach, thanks again.
Thanks, Andy.